submissive when a man don't give you that space. You need a space to be comfortable, to be vulnerable, to feel safe. Safe is the key word. You could be the baddest bitch, you could have the most money in the world. If you do not feel safe, there is no submission. And that's what it comes down to. Like, it don't matter who you are. If you see Carisha right now, you see how she be posted up next to Diddy? Like, they're like...
High time we stopped pressurizing people into marriage. Domestic violence. High time we stop pressurizing people. So she has, with all the information about the gospel musician. So I covered the news here a few days ago about Osinachi, a gospel singer, who allegedly suffered perennial domestic abuse. And are you still going on people's page to ask them, when will you marry? You're growing old. All right, so this is a person that has reduced an issue of domestic abuse down to her being harassed on social media. When is she gonna get married? Or maybe her loved ones, right? That's not the same thing. That's such a disingenuous thing to say, right? That's not the same thing. People coming on your page to ask you, when are you gonna get married? That's because you're a public figure. That has nothing to do with people being abused and terminated. Let's be guarded. Let's be guarded with all our comparison. This is what people do, right? They take their own issues, they project it with everything else that's going on. They did the same thing with Will Smith. People take their own personal issues, they project it in and lump it all together with other people's that they don't know those issues. I guess we all do it to some extent, right? All right. People should stop pressurizing women, especially to get married. Well, if you are going past the age of 30, beyond the wall, I'm not going to pressurize it. There's a good chance your mother, your aunties, your uncles, because it's just the natural order, or what socialization calls the natural order, and you're not going to stop people from doing this. You're going to have to manage your energy and how you respond to that. And if the shoe doesn't fit, don't wear it, right? If it doesn't apply, let it fly, right? So I don't think it's relevant to DV or any form of abuse. I guess you can say these strangers are abusing you online. I guess you can claim that, but they're strangers. You can also shut down your social media profile. All right. Let me play this video for you really quickly. This was a funny one.
To being the crackhead. To being the crack.
Let me play it for you. This is a funny one right here.
Rumor said, yeah.
I object, Your Honor. You object to the rumor, or you object to being the crackhead?
To being the crackhead.
Thank you. Okay, I didn't think you are now. You used to be, maybe?
Never. Never.
Maybe.
Does she look like a crackhead? Does she look like a crackhead? Right? This is a disease, right? So we can't really exactly make fun of them. But does she look like a crackhead? Like somebody who was on crack? Let's keep
a little
going.
bit at a time.
Never. Never.
One rock.
Wait. She said never.
Never.
Have.
Tried it one time.
Oh, she tried it one time.
I knew I had something going on there. I can smell it. I can smell it. Anybody coming here having used crack, I can smell it. I smell a little crack in you. Might have been 30 years ago.
Maybe 30 years ago.
Look at you, the more you smell like crack.
Rumor said, yeah.
All right, here's why. This is the real reason why I'm playing this, right? Some people, not some people, a lot of people are cap online. We can smell it. The only people that can't smell it are probably people that you've managed to rub their nerves. Maybe they can relate to whatever your rhetorics are. You touched some kind of nerves or something. They can relate with the pain of the story you're telling online. But some of us can tell when you're capping. Either you talk about you're making too much money, or you're talking about you have like 1,000 lake hands. We can tell. We can smell it, right? This is how obvious it seems. For some of us, at least, So I won't call names here, generally speaking, because I want to keep the platform clean. But I'll keep talking in general terms, just to make sure that you understand that there's always a place you can come to here where you can ask questions in the comment area, and I can share some insights with you. I try my best to come from an authentic place. If I don't know it, I tell you I don't know. Okay. Just watch out for people that tend to know everything. Right? Just watch out for those people, right? They are the danger of our society right now. And that's really the point of this live stream today.
I object, Your Honor.
She says she object. Can you imagine, right? I saw Judge Matthews trending and immediately knew he must have called somebody a crackhead. Because if that man don't do nothing else, he gonna call him a motherfucker crackhead. Oh shit.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
This was
Look at me, boy.
what
Don't
movie
you
was
smoke
this?
crack? You smoke crack, don't you?
This movie was
You smoke crack, don't you?
I forgot the name of it right now.
Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack? You smoke.
Uh-oh. One thing, he gonna call you a crackhead. Uh-oh. When he's got the tiniest. He does that for real? I haven't seen this show in a long time. It's got the tiniest inkling that you're a crackhead. Anyway.
That is so hard.
So there's this video here. You know, the rhetorics here today. Lean on me. Thank you, Awa. Thank you, Awa. How you doing, Awa? Yeah, there's this. Today I said, just for those of you that made it late, fake marriage gurus, they tend to come in four different categories of people. They've never been married. They are presently not married. 3, they failed in marriage, especially multiple times, but even one time. If a person failed in marriage and they're trying to advise you on marriage, the only thing they can really teach you, and usually from a place of pain, is what not to do. There are some very, very rarely, I had an example the other day. I'm actually going to call his name to shout out to him. Let me see if I can remember his name. I came across him on Tuana's page. He's divorced, but after listening to him a few times, this guy has gone through proper healing. I forgot his name right now. If anybody knows him, just mention his name. But anyway, the fourth is anybody that's been married for under 10 years. There's a good chance they're not going to be able to teach you anything about success in marriage, precisely about success in marriage. They can teach you about how to avoid a terrible wife, how to avoid a terrible evil wife. They can teach you all these different things, but they can't teach you how to have success in marriage. Okay? And yes, I said it. That's an absolute, and I mean that. When you find an exception, let me know, but I will remind you that there are exceptions. Okay? So with that being said, that doesn't mean you can't learn something about life in general, or even tips about marriage that you can pick up little insights from even a goat, a donkey. That doesn't mean that. And I'm not calling Erica Mena a donkey, but I think this was a good lesson. I think women will be able to agree with this, but I think men will be able to pick up some insights from what she's saying here.
That is so hard to be vulnerable when we have so much to be responsible for. You know what I'm saying? There's no room to be.
And these are sizable books. They're minimum 200 pages. You can download them absolutely for free by simply going to, for example, this one, you just go to getmymarriageback.com, smartrealestatewholesaling.com, realestatemoneysecrets.com. So yes, I am a 3-time author. Those books are out there for your consumption, and they are also available everywhere on Amazon, anywhere that you pick up books. So in case you prefer a physical book like that.
Submissive when a man don't give you that space. You need a space to be comfortable, to be vulnerable, to feel safe. Safe is the key word. You could be the baddest bitch, you could have the most money in the world. If you do not feel safe, there is no submission. And that's what it comes down to. Like, it don't matter who you are. If you see Carisha right now, you see how she be posted up next to Diddy? Like, they're like, Carisha's there next to Diddy. Like, and that's a city girl. You know why? Mr. Love gave her a safe place to stand.
Who is Mr. Love? Didi, right? But anyway, all right. So she's recently divorced, okay? She made a good point. You're going to find people that make good points all over the place. They've been divorced, they've never been married. Of course, people will make good points. She made a good point. Women need to feel safe. That's bottom line. That's the only thing really you should focus on. To be honest with you, greetings to you. Yeah, that's the only thing you should be focused on, making her feel safe. Okay, making her feel safe. Everything else you want will come with it. Oh yeah, this is the part where they get the shock out. They're like, so it's conditional? Yeah, yeah, of course it's conditional. Of course. Oh, you're looking for unconditional love? That only comes from one place, from God. I'm sorry. Some people will even say men are capable of unconditional love. If they were, they wouldn't be asking for submission. They wouldn't be making submission a condition. They wouldn't be making femininity a condition, right? So obviously that's a condition, right? It's all conditional, right? Now you can approach or get closer to that level of unconditional. That's why I said 10 years in marriage, because you get to a point, right, where these people is now second nature to them. They're literally selfless. That is a function of time. That is a function of a lot of ups and downs. That's a function of a lot of experience. That's a function of going through some pain and then coming out on the other side of healing. Okay? There are people in marriage that can't teach you shit about marriage. Let's be clear about that, right? So she made a good point. And I think this point, if men can really, really nail this point right here, if they can really, really get their fingers on this, right? When she starts to argue with you, she doesn't feel safe. She's acting masculine, she doesn't feel safe. That's naturally what you do. The idea of somebody creating safety for themselves is masculine energy. That's the whole point, right? So if you now go in the angle of, oh no, I'm the victim too, she should just be feminine and be submissive regardless, right? Some people say, oh, we're just teaching that at the community level, teaching women that. Sure, good luck to ya. But I guarantee you this stuff is conditional. At the end of the day, you as an individual, you're responsible for the energy you attract into a romantic relationship. So she had some good points there. I must give it to her, right? This guy became an executive. Some people are going to see this. Some people don't even know what this is. This is Akon's little brother. He's always been there behind the scenes. He signed some of your biggest superstars. But he's playing his role, right? The idea of submission. People think it's such a negative thing, right? They hear submission, they hear subjugation, they hear beneath, right? Now, obviously, this guy would be considered by many ignorant people to be beneath Akon. Actually, it's probably a lot more powerful than Akon. It's his little brother. He looks like him, right? Right? He just got named the vice president at Columbia Records. If you know what that means, that is a big deal. Oh, by the way, it's not an executive for the first time. He's been hanging out behind the scenes for a long time. See, gentlemen, one of the things you have to learn how to do is learn how to play the role, learn authority. Learn the power of authority, learn the power of hierarchy in society or in any context. If you learn how these things work, right, it's going to favor, not only, it's going to favor you. Not only are you going to know how to create one for your own empire, you're also going to know when it's time to submit. Yes, as a man. The reason why men complain about submission, men that complain about submission from women are men that don't know how to be submissive to the right authorities. Oh, you never saw that coming, right? Yep, it's men like that. Because when you know how to submit to the right authorities, you will also know how to attract it. I'm telling you, this thing goes in full circle. I'm telling you, it goes in full circle. It's about humility. It's about humility. It comes back around. What goes around comes around. What goes around comes around. You attract who you are. You attract exactly what you are. You got problems with authority, you're going to have a problem making, and I use making intentionally, making a woman submit to you by way of attraction, not forcing her to submit to you, because that's terrible, right? A woman don't decide if she wants to submit to you. You decide that with the way you move, okay? You get to decide that, how you move. It's how you move. If you don't believe me, you're actively trying to play the victim. That's what you're doing, okay? That's what you're doing. And it's not going to favor you. It's going to hurt more. As a matter of fact, you probably can't stand my ass right now. You're probably resenting me right now. But this is 100% true. 100% of the time. Guess what power you have if you're engaged with a woman who can't submit? You also have the power to walk away. How come you can't walk away? Oh, you see what I'm talking about? You can't walk away because you don't really have that much options. If you did, you would walk away. Even if it's not a permanent decision, you would walk away. Okay? So let's keep things a buck here. I'm gonna keep bringing some of this stuff right here. Okay. Please subscribe to the Clips channel. You can see that on the homepage. Hit the like, subscribe as you're coming in. Thank you for those of you that already hit it. Right. Help me share this page and all this kind of stuff. If you have any topic you want me to talk about, anything like that you want me to cover, please feel free to suggest it in the comment area, in the chat area. You can also hit me up on IG. You can see my IG on the screen. You can also send it to me by text message as well. You can see my phone number on the screen, right?